Okay, guys, the dinner party of all dinner parties that we've been waiting for has finally arrived. So I thought, what better time to jump back on the Married at First Sight reviews. So yeah, guys, I'm so excited to talk about this. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. And yeah, as always, I'll be using my phone for my notes. But yeah, so we start off and we have Tasha and Erica, and they're psyching themselves up because they're going to be seeing each other for the first time at the dinner party, and they're both feeling a way about each other. And then we see Ella and JJ getting ready for the dinner party, and Ella is like blushing about the thought of, seeing JJ again. And I'm just like, because there's no regard for Bianca, who I feel so bad for in this whole situation. But also, guys, I have a question. Has this ever happened before in Married at First Sight history? Because I've only seen the Australia season that happened just before this one, and this is the first UK one I'm watching. Has this ever happened where one of someone from one couple and someone from another couple want to recouple together? Because obviously I know in Australia, two of the contestants ended up dating after the series, but this way round is insane. So we get to the dinner party when all the couples are arriving, and JJ walks in alone, and the girls are like, oh, I wonder what happened there. I think it was Jay that said it. And I'm like, you all know what happened there because you've all been gossiping all week about what happened there. And so then the two main storylines that we're all excited for at this dinner party are going to be the whole Bianca, JJ, Nathaniel and Ella situation, and Tasha and Erica. Okay, so Erica walks in. Allegedly, she doesn't say hi. Well, she doesn't say hi to Tasha. Tasha feels some sort of way about it and calls her a tramp. Yikes. There could be a whole separate video on the fall from grace of Tasha. Fall from grace of Tasha. I feel like that's correct English. Because, I really liked her in the beginning, but how she's been handling this whole situation, not really a fan of. And I get it, because there's some people you're just not going to gel with, you don't like how they move, and you can just keep your distance. But to call someone a tramp, yeah, that's not really on. And yeah, and I'm thinking, Tasha, we're starting to see a more, hot-headed side of her and stubborn side, and that's not really going to bode well in her relationship with Paul, because he seems like a very calm person. And I know they say opposites attract, but in that way it could cause some serious issues. So they all go and sit down. So Paul and Tasha and Erica and Jordan, I'm quite proud of myself for getting these names right, because there are so many couples. Anyway, so they all go and sit down to discuss the situation. Tasha does hold her hands up, holds herself accountable, and apologizes. She then wants an apology from Erica, who's like, no. Or basically, if you want an apology from me, it's not going to be sincere. Okay. But what I do want to know, what is it about Erica that is rubbing Tasha the wrong way? Comment below if you guys have any ideas or thoughts on that. Yeah, what is it about her that triggers Tasha so much? I'm very intrigued by that. So Bianca walks in, she looks gorgeous, she looks amazing in her dress, but I feel so bad for her throughout this whole episode, because I feel like we've all been, well, let me not speak for you all, but I have definitely been there before, where you like a guy more than he likes you, or a guy is starting to realize he's not really feeling it, and that whole process of it ending, I realize I get, if ever I witness an experience that I've been through, I find it so hard to watch. I was talking to my friend the other day, and he was telling me about, there was a girl he's dating, and he was going to let her know he's not really feeling it anymore, and going through what it was he was going to say. And I was getting flashbacks and physically reacting, taking me back to it. So I feel really bad for her. So Chris and Mark walk in. Since doing the last review, I haven't actually spoken about the new couples that have arrived. Mark said, I'm coming in halfway, but I'm giving you guys drama. Well, until he saw what was going down today. But yes, I've been enjoying their story so far. So Mark is asked he sat with some of the couples, and they're asking how are you guys getting on? And he's saying they get on more as friends, but in my head I'm like, you guys have been kissing non-stop. And he then goes and says they did a few bits in the bedroom. So interesting friendship. So then they show, Ella is making her way and she's talking about how Bianca has no idea. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, Ella, if you know Bianca has no idea, do you have any intentions of telling her? That's my question. So Ella arrives and the people who know what's going on are watching like, oh. And I can't if I was there, I'd also be like, get the popcorn type thing. But then we see Ella, JJ, Tasha, and one final person, I think it was Luke, and they're sat together and they're flirting like, do you think I look good? You look good. And I'm like, your couples, like your partners are in the room, like, because later on they make the excuse of, I didn't get the chance to tell you what was going on. Now would be the time to tell your other half that you're having second thoughts, especially because they haven't actually spent the night together. That whole four, they all came in separately. So now they're sat at the dinner table and Nathaniel is so irritated by everything Ella is doing. Like anytime she speaks about anything, he's rolling his eyes. He's like the guy's about to throw up or something. Like, oh my God, it was like so awkward to watch. This, I haven't seen many seasons, but this surely has to go down in history and an infamous dinner party. Comment below and let me know. But yeah, as much as this is entertaining to watch, my heart is still breaking for Bianca because you can see she knows something is going on, and you can feel there's an energy shift from already the energy wasn't great throughout their relationship, but she can feel something more is up tonight. And when you can feel it, like you can feel the guy losing interest, but he keeps saying everything's fine. So it's like this anxious feeling of, okay, when is it going to be revealed what is going on? And then obviously Nathaniel and Ella get into an argument. And I know, in my head, I know it's at this dinner party they're going to break up. But all I can think is they're giving, that couple when you go out, like say if you're out, a group of couples, and there's that one couple that just always argues, that is their vibe. And everyone's just left to sit there awkwardly like... So yeah, Ella and Nathaniel move seats, and Nathaniel's in the middle of having a conversation with Adrian and Matt across the room, like asking how their honeymoon was going. Very awkward. Adrian's like, what the hell? And I wrote this down because this was so funny to me. So here's how the conversation between Adrian and Nathaniel goes, and I quote, Adrian, how was your honeymoon? Nathaniel, an example of what's happening tonight, lies and deceit. Adrian, wow. Like the new couples must be like, is this what goes down at these dinner parties? Jesus. And then Nathaniel exposes what's been going on between Ella and JJ. I don't think Ella was expecting Nathaniel to know as much as what it is that he did know. And then he's asking JJ, like, are the feelings reciprocated? And JJ's giving him attitude back, like it's got nothing to do with you. And in my head I'm thinking, that is Ella's partner, so it does have a little something to do with him. But yeah, so when put on the spot, the first thing JJ says is, Ella is my type. Second thing he says is that he has a connection with Ella. And I'm making this face because I feel like the first thing you should say is address Bianca, either apologize, reassure her if you think there's any hope there left, but I don't think he did. So at least apologize and speak with her first. But to just be bigging up Ella, saying there's a connection, and it's almost as if he's disregarding the fact that Bianca is sat right next to him. It's like crazy to watch. Then Ella kicks off. She gets mad at Nathaniel, telling him to shut the fuck up. And I'm thinking, I don't know if you have a right now, Ella, to be as mad at Nathaniel as you are. Just my thoughts. Comment below though on your thoughts on how Ella handled that situation. And she's getting on to him like, you have no right to be mad. You didn't even like me. Guys, does he fancy me? No. And she didn't give anyone a chance to respond. I'll be honest though, I have to hold my hands up. Maybe she does have a point. How he's acting wasn't really showing that he did like her like that. But yeah, while this is all going on, as entertaining as it is, I guess two things can be true at once. At the same time, I can't help but just feel so bad for Bianca just watching this all unfold and play out, and you can just see her like, what the hell? And then obviously Bianca gets up and leaves. Laura goes after her. I really liked Laura in this episode. I'm really enjoying Laura. She seems like she's growing to become one of my favorites but we'll see. They always have a way of making you change your mind. And Ella and Nathaniel are going back and forth, shouting at each other, arguing, and Ella keeps saying, everyone thinks this, and everyone thinks that, and everyone knows I'm this, and it's like, you're speaking for everyone, speak for yourself, from your heart. What is it that you feel? And Laura, thank God, speaks some sense, like two things can be true at once, right? Yes, Nathaniel wasn't giving you what you needed, but at the same time, there still should have been a level of respect towards Bianca in how you went about the situation. And then Ella, at one point, I wrote it down because she says, I'm the most liked person here, which I was like, that's a very interesting thing to say. And I'm going to make a point. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Comment below. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. But ever since, there's a show I've watched called Unreal, and it's like fictional, but it shows you how producers move on reality shows. So now I always watch reality shows with a bit of a different lens, with the idea of how producers can really produce. And in my head, I'm thinking, for her to be saying, I'm the most liked here, like she has this viewpoint of as if this is her love story and everyone else is secondary. And I feel like the producers have been pumping a lot of these thoughts into her mind and how they treat her, what they say to her, you know, and how she's treated compared to everyone else. So I've had to say, like, I'm the most liked here, and just how she's going about the situation, like, there is nothing wrong she's doing, I need to find love. It's all about that. Forget what happens to everyone else, basically. Which, at the end of the day, everyone needs to be held accountable for their actions. But something's telling me producers have had a part to play in her character and how it's coming off on TV. And then she calls out Laura and says, I'm ashamed of you. And in my head, I'm like, why? Because she was speaking facts. Are you ashamed of her for telling the truth? Let me know in the comments below. And then, she throws a tantrum, threatens to leave. And in my head, I'm like, whenever anyone threatens to leave and like, I'm going to go, I want people to leave and see if they actually leave. Because they want people to say, no, stay. But at the same time, I don't want her to leave because I'm enjoying the drama. So then Nathaniel gets up, addresses the whole group and says, you know what, I'm leaving, guys. And Mark's face is killing me because his face is like, what the fuck? Is this how you guys be doing dinner parties? What is going on here? Like, he's like, wow, what a first dinner party. And then Jordan says exactly what I'm thinking. He's like, how JJ said to Nathaniel, it's none of your business. But if you're flirting with someone's wife, I think it's very much their business. And I'm like, thank you. It's always refreshing when someone says what it is that you're thinking, so you know you're not crazy. And then Luke's getting involved, getting annoyed. Luke's chatting rubbish, to be honest with you, saying, you know, this was not the time for Nathaniel to bring it up. JJ needed his time to tell Bianca. And I'm like, JJ had a whole, from when they started messaging, to let Bianca know. Granted, they weren't staying in the same apartment, but the same way he was messaging Ella, he could have messaged Bianca. I mean, he should have gone to the apartment and spoken to her face to face. But worst case, he could have messaged her. Like, he had ample amount of time. But Luke is very invested in defending their actions. And I'm thinking, Jay, you need to be looking at him sideways. Like, why is he so determined to defend this? But Bianca's back, and it's so upsetting to see. Like, it's breaking my heart seeing her the way that she is. And then this is where the turn that it takes, oh my God. So JJ and Ella walk back into the dinner party because JJ walked out as well. I don't know where he actually went. But the fact that they walked back in together tells me they were probably having a conversation outside. Who knows? So they walk back in together and they've got slight smirks on their face, which is like, ugh. Guys, come on. I know there are some people, I get it, awkward situations. You're like, going back in. But come on, like, compose yourself. It really wasn't tasteful at all. But JJ starts to give an apology to Bianca. And he's like, you know, me and Ella have a genuine connection. And while this is all going on, guys, please, again, let me know in the comments. Has this ever happened before in Married at First Sight history? Because this is crazy. And then Ella says, you know, she's sorry. She's actually a girl's girl. I don't want you to think that I came to him. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, first of all, a girl's girl wouldn't do this. But first of all, anyone that calls themselves a girl's girl, sometimes, a lot of times, big red flag. She was like, I don't want you to think I came to him. You did. Apparently you were messaging him. You wanted to see, like, you made sure you were sat with him at the dinner party. Like, it, girl. And then what shocked me, because I thought Bianca was just going to go into herself and be upset. But oh, no. Bianca wasn't having it. I want to read word for word what Bianca said. Can I just say that you're not really a girl's girl if you go for other people's men? I think you're both disgusting and you can both go. And you can both go fuck yourselves. I don't want to hear your shitty speech. Fuck off. Yes, Bianca. I was like, I'm so glad she said, because there's so many times, well, no, hopefully there's not so many times, but there are times when you're in certain moments and maybe you freeze because you're like, what the hell is going on? And after you leave, you think about what it is you would have wanted to say. Those are the things you would think, I wish I said that. Bianca said that. Bianca did that. I hope Bianca watches this episode and is so proud of herself. And then Ella goes to say, they've been texting, but it was just as friends. And everyone's like, how is it as friends when you're saying that there's a connection? You guys are like, it was BS what Ella was trying to say, and everyone pulled her up on it. I didn't expect everyone to chime in the way they did. It was a lot, but fair play. But yeah, again, she can't take accountability, and she's saying, I'm not going to be made to feel guilty that I came here to find love. And again, this is like her go-to phrase, that this is another thing that makes me think producers are in her ear, like, this is your love story. And there's been talks of like certain interviews that some of the cut Nathaniel has done and alluded to the fact that, it was all about her. I don't know how true that is, but my own observation from watching this, producers have gassed her up a bit. For her to, there's just certain takes she'll say and stances she'll have. Someone has made her to feel like she is on a pedestal. I hope that makes sense. But comment below your thoughts on that. But yeah, she's saying, I came here to find love. So if this is the guy for me, and in my head I'm thinking, well, that's not fully how the experiment works. They find you a husband or wife and you do the experiment with them. Like, it's married at first sight, not wife swap. But again, guys, let me know. Has this happened before? Because maybe it has. So maybe it is okay. Who knows? But yeah, my main takeaways is I'm glad Bianca got what was on her mind off her chest and let them have it. She didn't say, I think, for me, myself, I don't know if you guys thought the way that Bianca would have handled it would have just been timid, maybe just cry and sit down, but she truly was not letting them up. Any excuse they tried to give her, she shut that down, which I was like, yes, Bianca. And yeah, obviously Nathaniel said, I'm bowing out. What I want to know now, because we see Ella, JJ, and Bianca in the preview, are they going to be allowed to stay? Is Ella going to be allowed to stay? I was under the impression if your partner wants to leave, you have to go out that door with them, just like the names are leaving me now, Portia and Derek, was that his name? I want to say Terrence. Portia and Terrence. When Terrence was like, with all due respect, Portia, I'm out, they both had to go. So if Ella stays, we'll see there is some special treatment. But then again, if it is that she's staying to couple up with JJ, I'm just interested to see how this is all going to play out, how they're going to handle it. But guys, let me know your thoughts on Married at First Sight. Which couples are you liking? I'm enjoying Erica and Jordan. They're not afraid to speak up, which I enjoy. And so far, I'm here for their takes. I'm not that against what it is that they have to say. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Adrian and Matt. There are so many names, guys. It's so hard to remember all these people. Chris and Mark, interested to see how they get on. Mark is definitely going to give us a show. He saw what they put and he says, right, I need to top this. So let's see what he brings in the weeks to come. And yeah, just how this whole situation plays out. But as always, guys, like I say, we're only seeing an hour show with ads, 40 minutes, edited from like a whole week. So there's only so much we can go off. There's obviously a lot more that happens behind the scenes we don't know. But these are my views on just that hour or 40 minutes that we're seeing. And I'm always open to conversation, opposing views. So comment below. I'd love to start conversation with you guys about this. Yeah, so like I say, no, I haven't said, but you know, if there is more commentary in this video, views, I'll know, okay, this is the sort of content you guys like, and I'll make more of an effort to make sure I review more episodes. So yeah, as always guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff I meant to ask you to do, please do. And I'm just rambling now, and I don't really know how to end this, so I'm just gonna get